Sanika Vaid is going to be speaking about sustainable health practices and nutrition. She is a CrossFit Level 1 certified coach and precision nutritionist. I know that nutritionists are really are in high demand right now, especially after the lockdown and COVID, and people, not necessarily giving their nutrition and their health the focus that's needed really in day-to-day life. So I'm sure you have a lot to share over there. Your main focus is to help people live a sustainable life, and while still achieving their fitness, health, nutrition, and aesthetic goals. So we're interested to hear what you've been doing and how you've been supporting people. It's a very important factor, especially given the scare that COVID has brought about. And I think people underestimate that nutrition plays a big part and fitness plays a big part to immunity. So I'm sure you'll be able to shed some light on these topics for us. The floor is yours. Thank you, Sanika, for being with us.
Thank you so much, Anne, for the introduction. Thank you, Ankur, for hosting this. And so nice to see so many people and such a big turnout. Hope I can provide some valuable insight into the things I have to speak about today. I'm just going to give a little more background on myself apart from what Anne said. Beyond that, I'm 26. I did not start my career in fitness and nutrition. I loved sport. I worked at a sports marketing company after I got a master's in international marketing. And the reason I got into fitness about 3 years ago was because I was overweight for a huge part of my life. Even though I was an athlete, I was strong, I was fast, I was quick, but I was overweight. And apart from the whole pressure that comes with, for young girls to look a certain way, be a certain way, eat a certain way, not eat a certain way, keeping all of those things aside, which is a totally different ball game, it came down to health and how that's so important. And like Anne rightfully said, after everything that's happened to us in our lives from a global front in the last 2 years, health has really taken on the most important part of everything. Health is wealth, and it really means everything today. So I want to get a little bit more into my current teachings when it comes to sustainable life practices from both fitness and nutrition. And the way I would like to get into this is, in a world of crash diets, in a world of intense workout plans that last 25 to 30 days, in a world of unsustainable practices of giving up the foods that we love, like sugar, bread, fried food, whatever it may be, in a world of doing things that are short-lived, and where you want to get your dream body for a wedding or for a beach holiday, where you want to put on a bikini, or where you want to get into an old pair of pants that didn't fit you 2 years ago. In this world of quick results, I want to change the game. I want to look at, instead of wanting to get, for lack of a better word, hot, instead of wanting to get healthy for a vacation or for a wedding, what about trying to be that way all year round, every single day of the year? Now, that doesn't mean you need to cut out sugar for your life. It doesn't mean you need to stop eating bread. It doesn't mean you need to stop eating pasta. You have to understand that you do not have to be 100% every day. And this is what I like to call the 80-20 rule. Be 80% for your life so that you can have a little fun with the other 20%, whether that's on a Wednesday night or on a Saturday evening, doesn't matter. So what I mean to say is, in a world of crash diets and unsustainable lives, whatever happened to a regular lifestyle of eating clean, of going to the gym, of indulging in your treats when you want to, and learning what is best for your body in moderation, so that you never get into this craving, binging cycle. What happened to the basics, where now today we talk about things like fat burners, and we work out in, the new cool thing is to work out at a low oxygen level so that you burn more fat. Why do these things when you could just do normal things? Get up, eat your fruits, eat your vegetables, eat your meat, eat your protein, eat your carbs, go to the gym, and do it every day. You want to have a drink on a Wednesday night, do it. That's essentially the essence of what I like to speak of today. I'm going to get into a little bit of detail. let's start with nutrition. I fail to understand, why is everybody scared of carbs? What is the fear with carbs? Anytime anybody wants to lose weight, they cut carbs. Whether they go on, whether you were in the 90s and people were doing Atkins, which was the cool thing back then. Fast forward 20 years and everybody wants to do keto. Now, I don't have a problem with any of these diets if, of course, you know how to do it correctly. If you measure your food, if you have your fat correctly, if you watch your vegetables and your protein levels correctly, fine. But my issue with these diets is, other than the fact that it's incredibly unsustainable, why choose to do something now that you cannot do for the rest of your life? Why put your body through that kind of stress now? Also, when it comes to these low carb diets, the main thing I want to say is, if somebody is looking at me and putting cheese over their bacon burger and, gouging it in butter and telling me that they're trying to take control of their health today, it doesn't add up. So that is my main thing when it comes to cutting out carbs. Why be scared of carbs? When I teach my clients what I teach, I work from a very simple macronutrient approach. Now, what this macro approach entails is, there are three main macronutrients, only three macronutrients when it comes to our food. Those are proteins, carbs, and fats. Now, the reason that they exist is because they each serve a particular purpose in the body. Carbs are for energy, protein is for muscle synthesis and nutrient absorption, fat is for your hormones, and for women, it has a lot to do with your monthly menstrual cycle. When you overdose on carbs and undereat the other two macronutrients, which is very simple for us to do, carbs are present in pretty much everything. The carbs need to double up and triple up and do the work of the proteins, the carbs, and the fats. Similarly goes for when you overdo fats, when you overdo proteins, which people don't generally do, but that's the essence of it. Instead, it's important to understand what your macronutrient breakdown is for the day, how many proteins, carbs, and fats you need to be able to live life to the fullest. Sounds a little complicated. I can promise you it's not. And I would like to end this segment on carbs by saying excess carbs do not make you put on weight. Excess calories do. And this could be excess calories from protein or from fat. You could be somebody who's eating too much broccoli and you'd still put on weight if you're in a caloric surplus. So don't be scared of carbs. I would like to move on to the next macronutrient, my favorite one, and that's protein. Too many misconceptions about protein today. I read some stats about how 75% of urban India, even though that sounds like a lot of people, it's actually 75% of, I want to say about 30% of the country, still a lot of people were in India, they're protein deficient. And that's simply because we have been so grossly misled as to being taught when we're growing up as to what protein actually consists of in the food that we eat. The most common, shock that I get when I speak to my clients about this, and just bear with me for a second, when I tell them that they don't have any protein in their diet, they tell me, but I eat dal. I eat so much dal. Dal is protein. I'm sorry, but it's not. If I had to give you a little bit of explanation, out of that katori or that bowl of dal that you're eating contains about 4% protein. The other 94%, 96% is straight up complex carbs. Not to mean to say that it's bad, not at all. But the next time you think you're eating protein when you're having a bowl of dal, you're not, because you're getting about 2 grams when your daily need is definitely above 7. Now, I know I went into a little bit of detail over there, but it's a big eye opener. And that's one of the main common misconceptions when it comes to protein. And another misconception is around whey protein shakes. This is something that I'm a huge proponent for, because unless, of course, you are allergic or intolerant, and this doesn't have to do with protein, this is the case for anything in the world, don't eat it, don't drink it. But when it comes to protein shakes, there are all these misconceptions about how it's full of steroids. I'm sorry, but steroids are expensive and nobody's putting that in your protein shakes. Nobody wants to waste their money and put it in your protein shake. It's clean. It makes you, women have the misconception. I work with over 200 female clients at the moment. I could definitely say about 75 to 80% of them have the misconception that protein makes you bulky. Ladies, we do not have the amount of testosterone in our body to be able to get bulky. We physically cannot, unless of course you train like an athlete for 5 hours a day and eat up to 5,000 calories a day. It's not going to happen. Protein does not make you bulky. Once again, excess calories make you put on unwanted fat. Protein is essentially the most important macronutrient when it comes to fat loss. Long story short, why? Because when your body digests protein, it burns more calories compared to when it digests fat or carbs. And for those of you sciencey people, that's called the TEF, or the thermo effect of food. Thermo means to burn. Protein has the highest TEF compared to fat or carbs. So next time somebody is looking to engage in any kind of sustainable weight loss, high protein is their number one friend. What I really want to bring down from this whole conversation about sustainable eating, finding out how to get your macronutrient balance, learning how to fit the certain less healthier foods like alcohol, bread, wheat, sugar. The aim is not to cut it out of your diet, because if you can't do it for the rest of your life, my suggestion is don't do it now. It'll lead to a terrible relationship with food. And today we have enough things around us that riddle us with anxiety. Don't add something as simple and important as food to that list. Food is supposed to make you happy. It's supposed to serve a function. It's supposed to serve a purpose. Use it for what it's meant to do, to make you happy and make you survive. And actually, more than that, make you thrive. Don't let food make you anxious. Learn how to fit the less healthy ways of eating into your daily lifestyle so that you have a happy relationship with food. Moving on from that, I really want to talk about something that I coined, and this is the survive mentality on one end of the spectrum, all the way to the thrive mentality on the other end of the spectrum. Now, what is surviving? Surviving it has a little bit of a negative connotation to it, if you ask me. It has a little bit to do with getting through each day, trying to pull through each day, trying to, you know what, yeah, I'm okay, I'm surviving, I'm doing okay, I'm doing fine. Very often that is because we're either tired, we're unhappy with, our work situation, because you wake up every day, you go to work, and by 4 p.m. you get an afternoon crash. You are always sleepy. You are always craving sugar. You are always craving something that you have told yourself you cannot eat because it's not good for you. I would like to look at the opposite end of the spectrum, which is thriving. What is thriving? You eat what you want when you want because you know what it does for your body. You know your fitness and nutrition goals. You know what you want to look like the next day. You know what food does for you and how it makes you happy. You don't get anxious on a Saturday night when you have to go out with your friends because there's a lot of alcohol and you're going to break your diet. And you don't, go for a wedding because you feel like it's just too much debauchery over the weekend. That is what the thriving mentality is to me. To be able to do what you want when you want because you understand what food, alcohol, water, whatever it is, does for your body and does for your mind. How do we achieve the thriving mentality? Balance your macronutrients. Understand your protein, carbs, fats, and vegetable values that are important for your body and your goals for the day. I know it sounds like a very reductionist approach, but that's honestly what it is. Learn what you need to eat so that you can eat whatever you want and learn what it does for your body. I want to take this as a sort of natural segue into fitness. As I had mentioned in the beginning of my conversation, fitness challenges and, these 30-day programs and no pain, no gain, and, work out till you drop or work out till you're dead. It's a very difficult way of living. A workout is 1 hour of your day. You have another 23 hours where you need to go about your life. Unless you are, an elite athlete, which I don't think any of us here are, you do not have to work out till you drop. You do not have to work out till you feel like dying, until you're breathless and, you can't speak anymore. That's not a point. That's not the point of fitness. The point of fitness is to be able to get out of your gym and think and say, I feel awesome. I feel like $1 million right now. That is the point of fitness. So once again, in a world of fitness challenges and crazy unsustainable workout plans that are going to get you beach fit or bikini ready or, wedding ready, why not try to adopt a workout plan that keeps you fit all year long, that keeps you able to trek, 20 kilometers at any point of the given day all year long, that makes you want to, if you're shifting houses, you don't blow out your back because you're fit all year long. It's these small things that survive, and it's these small things that serve your basic function. If your function is to be an athlete, by all means, train like an athlete. But if your function is to be able to pick up your grandchildren when you're 65 years old, you got to start working towards that from the point when you're 25, 30, 35. Lift weights, go for runs, stretch your body out, and learn how to make exercise like brushing your teeth. There's not a single day in your lifestyle that you're not going to brush your teeth or talk to your mom or, play with your kid, something that's a part of your everyday life. My aim is to not have you go absolutely crazy for 60 days of the year and then chill hard for the other 300 days. The idea is to adopt a sustainable workout plan that makes you happy, that makes you feel fit, that makes you fit into your favorite jeans at any point of the given year, and go get a few beers on a Saturday night without feeling like trash the next morning. Because what is fitness and nutrition if not something that makes you happy and helps you provide and serve your function, which is living life to the fullest, even better? Long story short, don't do something that you can't do for the rest of your life. Don't adopt it for 5, 10, 30, or 50 days, because it's going to bounce back. We've all heard, oh, I went for this retreat, or, I did this diet, or I'm working with this gentleman who's, absolutely killing me in my workouts, and I lost so much weight. But then I put it all back on. And now I'm just coming to this horrible yo-yo diet cycle of weight gain, weight loss, weight gain, weight loss. And I don't know what to do. As much as I love training the athletes and the, hardcore nutrition enthusiastic people who I do train, most of my clientele are the kind of people I just mentioned. And then I put it all back on. And apart from what it does to the body, which is your body's like, hey, what are you doing to me? Are you feeding me or are you not feeding me? I don't know what to do. I'm stuck. And that's when we reach a plateau. Oh, I can't lose any more weight. That's because your body's confused. Choose a lane. That's my advice. Pick a lane. You want to be healthy or you want to be extreme? Pick a lane. That's what I like to say to a lot of people. And it sounds so normal, but trust me, it's not. It's not, because people are confused, because we have just too much information bombarding us nowadays. Like I said, whatever happened to just going back to the basics? Eat your vegetables, eat your meat, don't be scared of rice and potatoes, and go for a run every now and again. It'll do you good. That's what I would like to speak about today. I've really tried to keep it short, because when I do speak to my clients, it goes anywhere between 1 to 2 hours, because of course we talk about standard routines, we talk about how we can make your life sustainable, keeping in mind what your daily functions already are. I do not want any of my clients to do anything that is too difficult, too far-fetched, or too unsustainable for them. The goal is to fit good habits into your current lifestyle, to be able to excel when it comes to the good stuff, and try to mitigate the bad stuff as much as possible without cutting out your Saturday night beer and your Wednesday night cake. Please do it. You need that to stay sane. We're human. I have a lot of information that I do like to talk about metabolism, about the new hot word today, which is toning. Oh, I want to get toned. All of these things, supplements, energy levels. And I would love to do that at some point. I'm going to leave the floor open to questions now, but just one last thing before I do. I am going to put my Instagram handle in this chat, and I would love for you guys to follow me if you ever want to look at the stuff that I have to talk and share when it comes to sustainable ways of life, when it comes to really fun recipes that are super healthy, and some that are not so healthy, because like I said, live your life, and also some really fun, cool workouts, because that's what I do. I'm a fitness coach at the end of the day. I would love to leave the floor open to questions now. Please go for it, guys.
Thank you so much for that, Sanika. That was very inspiring. You have a wealth of information. Both Praveen as well as Archit had amazing things to say about you. And I think people are going to follow you on here. We will definitely put your handle on the YouTube recording once it's shared and live on YouTube. But before we close, we've got a couple of minutes more. I'd love to ask you, what is your take on nutrition, fitness, and immunity? Since immunity seems to be a central theme with everything that's going on in the globe right now, right? I would love to hear what you kind of talk to your clients about in regard to the relation between the two.
Absolutely. Immunity is a long game, and you cannot, as much as we would want to, you cannot improve your immunity in 1, 2, 3, 6 months. It's something that takes a long time to show tangible results. The best way, I feel, and once again, like I said, it sounds a bit reductionist, but eat your meat, eat your rice, eat your vegetables. Why? Let me give you a very simple scientific explanation. I spoke about macronutrients. I spoke about protein, carbs, and fats. But the other end of that spectrum is your micronutrients, MICRO, micronutrients. And what are your micronutrients? Your vitamins and your minerals, vitamin A, B, C, D, E, K, zinc, magnesium, potassium, calcium, whatever. Now, when it comes to micronutrients, these are essentially all the coenzymes in your body that act as the helping hands to make your life function smoothly, whether it's your hair growth, energy levels, sex drive, digestion, whatever it may be. When it comes to micronutrients, they have a lot to do with making sure that every aspect of your life is working in the optimal way and to the optimal amount so that life goes on smoothly. A huge part of this is to do with your immunity. When the doctors told you when you were a kid, eat your vegetables, eat your vegetables, eat your vegetables, they were right. Eating your vegetables and studies have, just gone beyond control to show the truth of this. Eat your vegetables to stay well. They have so much to do with how they control the basic processes that go on in your lifestyle. So today, when it comes to all the supplements and all the different things that we pump into our body, I would say, once again, go back to the basics. Make sure you're meeting your macronutrient needs for the day so that the carbs are doing the work they're supposed to. So are the proteins, so are the fats, and the veggies. Do not skimp on your vegetables. I would say everybody should have in every meal, especially lunch and dinner, half a plate filled with colorful vegetables, because those are the best when it comes to helping you with your immunity. One quick tip on that: any drink or any dish or any, thing in a restaurant that says this is an immunity boosting dish, it's not going to boost your immunity by eating that once, twice, or even 10 times. But what will probably help you with your immunity in the long run, like I said, is just getting 7 to 10 vegetables in your 2 square meals of the day. Do that for 2 years, 3 years. You'll find yourself having stronger hair, stronger nails, better skin, and definitely having less of the common every year. It's not going to protect you from COVID, but let's say COVID will hit you hopefully half as hard as it would otherwise.
All right, Sanika, from Archit, he has a question. Does your coaching style involve both diet and exercise?
Yes. My coaching style involves both diet and exercise. They are both separate verticals. Reason being, when it comes to my clients in nutrition, and I say this proudly, I've never had a nutrition client who stayed with me for more than 2 months. Reason being, because when I teach you what I want to teach you over those 1 or maybe even 2 months, it's a very education-based program. My goal is to get daily feedback from you as to what you're eating, how much you're eating. Of course, when I guide you and coach you, why you should do the same. My goal is not to teach you, as the common Indian nutritionists have done over the years, ek katori dal, ek katori chawal, ek baje kha lo, which for you, Anne, is 1 katori rice, 1 katori dal, 1 o'clock, 7 o'clock, eat this much food, of that much food. This is good for you. You will lose weight. And then every Monday, they make you stand on the weighing scale and report your weight. It's not how it works. My goal is to educate you. My goal is to make you autonomous. My goal is to make you understand what food does for your body. And with my daily feedback, how to eat when you're on a vacation, at a wedding, or even stuck in a lockdown. So yes, it is 2 separate programs. I offer both. And fitness, long story short, I can train you online where you are my client. No matter where you are in the world, I will assess your physical capabilities and your limitations. I will create a fitness plan for you. Go do the plan, come back to me with feedback, and we just keep rolling week on week on week on week. So that's essentially the essence of what I do from an online fitness and nutrition function. And I like to call it remote coaching. It's called remote coaching.
Thank you, Sanika. All right, we have a question here. What do you recommend to compensate for rice? So if someone doesn't like rice in Asia, what can you use as a substitute?
So rice is a carb. It's a complex carb, really good for you. If you don't like it, various other complex carb options out there. You got oats, you got any kind of roti, which is made of preferably the healthier low GI, which is your glycemic index flours like ragi, bajra, nachni, amaranth. My suggestion is to stay away from wheat, especially if you are gluten intolerant, firstly. And secondly, because wheat is very, very mass produced in our country and it's often pumped with a lot of chemicals that we don't want to eat. So you're better off having bajra, nachni, amaranth, jawar. So you got oats, you got your rotis, you got, if you don't like white rice, try brown rice, another good one. And also all your dals, you can make rotis and chillas out of your dals. So you got your yellow moong, you got your green moong, and you can make chillas out of those. So if you don't like rice, just go for any other complex carb, and everybody's favorite, potato. Potato's the best. Eat potatoes.
That's awesome. All right. Sanika, we have 1 minute. What advice would you give to the listeners on where they could start in living a more sustainable life? 60-second recap.
You got it. Prioritize protein in each meal. Breakfast, lunch, dinner. Try to get protein in at least 2, if not 3 of those meals, which range from meat to veggies, meat to eggs to soya or tofu or paneer. So get your protein in each meal. Make sure you have veggies in each meal. Make sure you walk anywhere between 6,000 to 8,000 steps a day, and try to get in a workout 3 to 4 times a week, which is a good mix of strength training, lifting weights, and a little bit of cardio. If you like to go for a run, go for a run. Drink anywhere between 2.5 to 3 liters of water a day. So you got your protein, you got your veggies, you got your steps and your workouts, you got your water. And the last one is sleep 8 hours a night. Give your body a chance to recover. These are my top 5 when it comes to living a healthy, sustainable life.
Amazing. I think you've got people set up for their New Year resolution on living sustainable 2022. Thanks so much.
New Year's is still 3 weeks away. You can start tomorrow.
That's very true. That's very true. All right. Thank you so much for being with us. That takes us to the half-an-hour mark. It was very insightful, really very valid. And I love that you look at things in a very raw and real way, and you say it as it is. Your wealth of experience kind of shows from your energy. So thank you for sharing you. All right. And you're more than, go ahead, Sanika.
I said, thank you so much, Anne. Means a lot. Love speaking to everybody today.